I'll speak it. I'll speak it through here.
Awesome. Awesome. William, describe, if you can put this into words, describe this intimacy you have with music, this consciousness that is evoked when you play the drums. Describe for us what that relationship is like.
Let me put it this way. Those who learn drums, because I teach too. And by the way, one of my students won the world championship. He was 16, taught him for 7 years.
Oh, congratulations, man.
After doing that, I said, you know, he went to top University of Drum in Berkeley, wanted in Miami University. And that my job passed on that. You know, I said, well, I can move on. I don't have to teach no more. That part, I can do other stuff. But in music, come again with that question. Sorry.
The question is, describe for us, if you can, this intimacy you have with music, with drumming. What is it, this consciousness that is awakening you when you drum? Can you describe that for us? What is this relationship?
The only thing I can describe is that God has given me a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so grateful that God has allowed me to find it at the age of 6. Because whatever drum I look on, I don't have to. If you was to learn certain drums, I would teach you. I would ask different masters of that particular instrument, because every one of those drums have a different master. The top drum have one, the djembe,
Mm-hmm.
you know, dunduns, all of them are different makungas, timba, all of them are different masters. But God has given me a chance to understand the messages. So I'm allowed to play any drum. And I'm going to show you how it is so funny that Trinidad, they had 3 years ago, the Consul General of Trinidad had a party at his house. And we went there. And is it called the taka drums? What's it called? It begins with T. Tasca?
The Tassa.
Tassa drums, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Tassa drums. So I've seen them, but I've never played it. So they had some drummers that was playing a Tassa. And he wanted me to play something. So, but there was no drums, but a Tassa. So he says, Willie, come round the back. So I went round the back with the Consul General. And he says, jam with these guys. And I took up, never know how to play it before, just played it. And he said, wow, you have to come back front. Now, remember, all of the Trinidad, his father, his mommy, grandmother, all are there. These are guys, all in Trinidad, who know the Tassa drum. So I started to play along with everybody there, with the 4 drummers. Everybody went crazy and started to dance and everything. Till they look and says, listen, you learned to play that drum. You went to Trinidad and studied. You couldn't come home for the first time. And I said, no, it was the first time. They said, wow, you really understand drums. So to me, it's like when God gives you the power to play, no instrument is. You approach it with creativity, thanksgiving, and you play from what's inside of you.
Yeah. So you became a father, and how did that affect the way your approach to music or the way you played music?
So I become a father. But let me go back to my beautiful wife.
Yes.
I met my wife in school just before I formed the band. When I came, I went to a school called Meadowbrook. and I saw my wife sitting there. I think I'm a year older, a year and a little bit older than her. But I was put down in school. I come from England. Jamaica's a little bit more advanced, so I was like a year behind.
Mm-hmm.
And when in the classroom, I would see my wife, and I said, you know, one day I just look and say, you're going to be the mother of my children and my wife. And of course, they laugh and sing. And I left that school about 6 months after. I left that school and went to Wilmers for 5 years, and then came back to school. And God would have it that I saw her, must be waiting on her father to go home. And I said, how are you? And she says, oh, fine. I said, we started to talk, and that was it.
Wow.
And today we have 6 wonderful kids, 5 daughters, 1 son, and we've been married 40-something years, 42 years.
Congratulations, brother.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You said, no, being a father, no, this is not, let me give you this story.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're young, we're in a 1-bedroom, and I bought this car, it was Capri 3000 in those days.
Mm-hmm.
Love the car, I mean, I don't clean cars more often, but I clean like my wife says, you want to bring the bedroom and clean it? I mean, when you sit on the chair, I would polish the chair as you sit down. Anyway, as the moment I hear that she was pregnant, I said, but stop, this car is too expensive to keep. And I said, well, I have to buy a little van. And I went out and I sold that car and bought a little van, because I made that decision that, well, more to feed. And you have to start prepare yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a father now, and responsibility. And believe me, that's a start. And from then, it's like you realize that once you start having children, it's a new game. It's not a game, it's a serious responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And that you have to really now take that place, both to be a spiritual, a physical father there, and be an example, and also love your children. And make that union come together.
Who are some musicians you admired while growing up?
While growing up, I used to, in England, it's varied. In England, there's the Beatles, of course. There's the Animals that were in England. Dave Brubeck. You see, I was lucky because one of my brothers loved music so much that he was a record collector. So when we're in England, he'll always play jazz, everything. And that helped to broaden my whole knowledge of music. And being in England alone, so you got all this rock and all that. So that stayed with me, And so those musicians over in England. Now, when I came to Jamaica, I loved, my friend, we will talk about that later. His band was good. I loved his band. There was so much, you hear like a lot of, there was Scatterlights. That was fantastic. The ska music had me in a tizzy. I remember walking down the road and you always dancing and everything. Mm-hmm. There was Motown, there was Stevie Wonder, there was Marvin Gaye, there was Diana Ross. Love it all, man. You couldn't get enough, man. With Jamaica, the thing about Jamaica, it's so diverse. You can hear from ABBA to classical, back to, you got so much different music, coming to you. James Brown, wow. I mean, I understood when I played that beat, man. I learned. I know we could catch some of them at Carib. So I remember catching Marvin Gaye at Carib, man. I remember when Stevie Wonder. In fact, when Stevie Wonder came to Jamaica the first time, I was in a circle then, and the father Lou brought Stevie for 9 days, for 9 shows at Carib Theatre. So believe me, you see when we opened for them, and we sat down. Front seat every time. I'm watching the drum and the bass. Wow! I mean, it was an experience that no one could ever. Then we catch Chuck Jackson. He would come, and Chuck Jackson when he's singing, and that's when I learned that how he did dynamics with the drum. You had this drummer, and when he played, it's like bam, and when he hit the drum, it's like your heart feel like you drop out, and you see the lights go down. Man, it's like your whole head go through a change.
Wow!
And I said, wow. So that's what dynamics is about. So going to different concerts there, you got to see at the stadium, we got to see Michael Jackson come. That time I wasn't in Third Row. Third Row was playing Stevie Wonder and was Bob Marley there. Well, that was phenomenal. It's like I wouldn't. People say that. Would you like to be born again and be that? No. The era I was in
Yes.
was a beautiful time. I would never change that for anything, because there was so much meaning. There was elders to talk to. There was so much music going on. Scatterlights, bands out to Jamaica. It was just a family of different people. Studios to go, create new beats, learning. It was from the hotel circuit to the normal, to recording circuit, to live shows, and then you had people coming down like the flute player. I shouldn't tell you, but Rolling Stones came down. Eric Gale came down to record. Dynamics was the center for many recordings. Every day artist was down there. Many sounds was cut down there. Funny enough.
Wow. Let's take a quick break, William.
Right.
A lonely soul was I without directions. I didn't know which way that I had to go. I saw the clues till I unanswered questions.
Production manager. Are you all ready? Do you want to hear some more? Yeah! Yeah. Here's the short shots. Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Make that decision, 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 all over the place. I say, come on, baby, when the music's playing, wanna see you dance, dance, dance. Come on, baby, say when the music is playing, wanna see you